To begin our sandals, we are going to make a magic ring. So I'm going to yarn over twice there. I'm going to scoop through and grab that first one there. And then I'm going to chain one. And then into that magic ring, I'm going to work 6 single crochet stitches. So working into that, we have 1, here's 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And now for this second round, we're going to work in continuous rounds. So I'm not going to slip stitch and join. I'm going to move my scissors because they're a bit precarious there first. I'm not going to join, as I say. I'm just going to close that magic ring a little bit. And for round 2, I'm going to go straight into that first stitch there, and I'm going to work 2 single crochet into it. And each of the stitches of this round now gets 2 single crochet. So we're going to end up with 12 stitches for this round. So we've got 1 and 2 already there. We put 2 in the next stitch. There's 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And now this time we are going to slip stitch in our first stitch to join, ready to work round 3. And now for round 3, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a stacked double crochet in that first stitch. So I'm going straight into it, and I'll work a single crochet stitch, and then into the side of that stitch there I'm going to work another single crochet stitch. So that is our stacked stitch there to begin our round with. Then we're going to chain 1, and then in the next stitch we work a double crochet, and then we chain 1, and we repeat that all the way around. So each stitch has a double crochet in it, and we chain 1, and then you carry on. So we're going to double our stitch count again here. So we'll go from 12 up to 24. Then at the end of that round, we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch to join, and we'll be ready to do round 4. Now round 4 is where it gets really fun. We're going to start with a stacked double crochet again in that first stitch, chain 1, and now into that same stitch we're going to work another double crochet, a chain 1, and another double crochet. So that one stitch there gets an awful lot of stitches in it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our next double crochet. So we're going to ignore this chain here, and our next double crochet will get a single crochet in it. So we're making a shape here that goes down into that. Then we're going to ignore our chain 1 here, and then the next double crochet gets what we did here. But we're going to start this time with a double crochet, then a chain 1, double crochet, whoops, nearly, a chain 1 and a double crochet, all into that one stitch there. Then we're going to go to our next double crochet stitch and work a single crochet, and then we're just going to work this all the way around. So we're going to end up with 6 of these shapes and then 6 single crochet as you work around. So our next one will go into this double crochet that we have here. So work all the way around, repeating that until we get back to the beginning. So now I've got to the end there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch into that first stitch to join, and that will now be the end of, I think, round 4. Yes, round 4. And then for round 5, we're going to chain 1, and now we're going to shape the top here. We're going to work a single crochet in the stitch that we're in that first stitch. Then we're going to do a half double crochet in the chain 1 space. Then we need to work 3 double crochet in this next stitch that we have here. So that will give us a nice point. That's 2, then that's 3. Then we're going to half double crochet in the next chain 1 space and single crochet in the next stitch. Now we need to chain 3 And now we're going to skip up until we get to this center double crochet here of this next set. So we're skipping this next stitch here, this stitch here, and this chain, and we are going to slip stitch in that stitch that we have there. So it's right in the center. Then we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to skip the chain, the stitch, and the stitch. And then in this next stitch, we're going to repeat what we did here. We want another point. So we're going to work a single crochet here, a half double crochet in the chain space, then 3 double crochet in the next stitch. So that will be at the top, the center there. Then we need a half double crochet in the chain 1 space and a single crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to chain 3, skip to our center double crochet of this next set and slip stitch. Then we need to chain 3, and then we're skipping to, where was it? This first stitch here of this set. So we're skipping a chain, a stitch, and a stitch, and we're going to work a single crochet in there and make our next point, a half double crochet in the chain 1 space, 3 double crochet in the next stitch, a half double crochet in the chain 1 space, and then a single crochet in the next stitch. Now we're ready to chain 3, skip to our center double crochet here and do a slip stitch, and then we chain 3. And now we're ready to slip stitch in the very first stitch of that round, and that is round 5 complete. Now for round 6, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to work a single crochet in the next 3 stitches. And so that uses up the first stitch of those 3 that we have in that top stitch there. And then what we need to do is make a loop for the toe, or a strap for the toe. So this can be as long or as short as you would like it to be. If you're making them for yourself, then obviously you can make it to measurements, but I have suggested 12 chains within the pattern, but you can change that to be however long or short you like. There's our 12. Then I'm going to skip the next stitch and then work a single crochet in the next stitch. And that has created our toe strap for us. Now I'm going to single crochet in the next 12 stitches, which will take us up to this next corner here. And when I say stitches, I mean all of the stitches and the chains all the way along. So there's our 2 stitches that we had there, and then we've got 3 chains here. So you can either do it into the chain space or into the chains themselves. That's 1, 2, and 3, and now we've got our slip stitch here, which needs a stitch in it, and then we've got our chain 3 again, then we've got our single crochet, our half double crochet, and then the first of our double crochets that we had there. So that does that whole side for us. Then into this corner stitch that we have here, we're going to work 3 single crochet stitches just to help us turn that corner, and then we'll need that center stitch when we come back to put the straps on. And now what we're going to do is going to work a single crochet in each of our stitches and chains all the way up until we get to that next corner again. Now we're at that corner, we're going to work 3 single crochet into that corner stitch, and then we just need to work a single crochet in all of our stitches and chains up until we get back to the beginning. So that will be 10 stitches that we've now got to do along this side. And there we have it. We're now ready to slip stitch in that first stitch to join, and then we are ready to break our yarn. Now the next thing that we want to do is to add our ankle straps. Now we're going to be doing that into the second single crochet of those 3 that we did in our corner stitches. So that one there and then that one there. And these can be as long or as short as you like. And I'm going to do this pair just to show you, and then I will do another strap that shows you how we can add the beads onto it. So all we need to do then is join to that second stitch of the corner there, and then you are just going to simply chain as many chains or as few chains as you would like for these ankle straps. Now I'm going to do a few pairs here, so I'll do some really long ones and I'll do some much shorter ones, and then you can look and decide what you think might suit you and work best for you. But essentially just work any length of chain that you would like for your sandals. And then when you've got the length that you would like, you break your yarn, and then all we need to do is go into this corner one here with a new piece of yarn and work a matching chain to the one you've already done. But if you would like to add beads, then don't do that yet. Come back to me in a second and I will show you how we can work them and add beads as well. So if you would like to add beads to your straps, what we're going to do is add these as I am now with a needle onto your working yarn, as many of these as you want to. And then we're going to join in exactly the same way as we did for the other version of the strap. And you're just going to chain out however many it is you want to do before adding your first bead. And of course, the important thing is to keep them equal and level. So whatever you do here, match it on the other side. And then scoop that bead down and literally just work a chain around it. And that will encapsulate it in the strap itself. And then you just carry on chaining until you're ready to add the next bead. And then you add the next bead and so on, so forth. Just position them wherever you would like.